Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I want to give you an update on the ATST. So let's get it started. All right, so first things first, if you follow me on social media, you have seen progress pictures of my ATSD from Render Boy 3D. This has been it's been a relatively long project because I've taken my time with it, tons of parts, and I've made some mistakes along the way. I have forgotten to print things, so it's been a journey. Excuse me, but it is getting close to completion. So I wanted to sort of show you basically the two main components of this build. I do have them assembled. We have the lower half, the legs, the feet, I'm gonna call it the waist area. I do got my happy little clone trooper up there just to show you scale. This is a 1/12 scale clone trooper, and this thing is massive. There's still some pieces that have to go on there. So I'm going to show you some of the pieces that I've sort of changed up. I actually have some more that I'm resin printing behind me because I just sort of wanted to see how they'd turn out. And honestly, I do like the resin printed ones better. The Discord that I'm part of, and a lot of people are resin printing this, which, to be honest with you, that will be something that I do as well. Excuse me, because don't get me wrong, FDM printing, this has worked out great. It actually works out really good because the textures of the filament actually sort of gives it a more of a metal, vibe to it. But I do want to do this in resin, but certain areas of it I'm gonna have to really think about before I go down that road, and I'll need to upgrade my resin printer to one that's bigger. So, and that's already in the works as well. This piece here, like I said, the legs, this thing is fully articulated. Literally, look at this thing. It is so well designed. This thing, it's just amazing. There are some other projects in the works that I cannot wait to see. I've had people ask me, how am I going to display this thing? I will say this, and it's talked about in the assembly video. This is 3D printed parts, and if you articulate it a lot, it's plastic. It will eventually, I feel like, wear out. So I'm not going to go crazy with it. There's two particular poses that I definitely want to do with it. The standing pose, of course, but also the fully compressed pose, which is how you would actually get into it. So I actually talked about that on a live stream because I feel like that'd be a really cool pose to have multiple clone troopers around. But yeah, so let me. As you can see, it stands up great. It's very, very stable. I've had it sitting over on this table for a couple of weeks now, and it's not drooped. It's not done anything. I'm really anxious because I'm going to have to do a lot of tightening up after this bad boy gets put on. This is the actual cab, the cockpit, and it's going to mount up here like this. It's going to be massive. This thing's got some weight to it. It really, truly does. But me personally, let me slide this over a little bit more. This part here took me to another level, and I'm not trying to be egotistical or nothing like that, but if you saw the pictures of the inside of the cockpit, I am super stoked on how well this thing did. I'm actually really proud of myself over it. And yeah, but there it is right there. Got the cockpit right there. I'm going to show you the rear assembly. This, I will say, was the most challenging thing to build. I did get some tips from the Facebook group and Discord about doing the back wall first. Yeah, I can totally see how that would be easy or easier. But yeah, we got the cockpit assembly opens up like so. So this will give you an idea of the inside of it. But you know, I really put a lot of time and effort into this. Again, I made mistakes, but honestly, the mistakes are so trivial that it actually works in my favor. I'm going to try to get a clone trooper in here. I haven't put one in since I actually got it all painted. So this is a first test run here. I actually posted a picture before I put the back on it. My camera through the back, looking through the windows to sort of give an idea of what it may look like to be in one. And that was actually pretty interesting to see. So yeah, we definitely get our troopers in here. I'm actually trying to figure out which one is actually, I'm assuming the left side is going to be the pilot and the right side would be the gunner. That makes the most sense to me. I'm not too worried about trying to get their hands and all that stuff on the gauges and the controls, just because I don't want to mess anything up right now. But let me close the lid. I want to look at something. Oh yeah, look at this. You may not be able to see it, but look at there. Clone trooper. That's perfect. I mean, it's a perfect fit for this. If we lift up the right there, you see the interior right there. So yeah, so wickedly cool. Oh, this is like seriously like next level when it comes to toys. I feel like, you know, this was a Kickstarter program and it was so worth the money. And like I said, it's an investment. I mean, you've got filament, printers, time, but man, this thing is just wicked cool. There are some pieces left, like I said, to put on here that I wanted to show you guys a couple of things. Number one is this rack right here. And to be honest with you, I like this rack, but parts of me wants to see if I can maybe, I don't know, make one out of metal. I don't know. I may resin print this just to, you know, give it a little bit more rigidity. This is probably the weakest part of the whole thing, but as you can see, once you get that on there, it's going to look great. This was the original hatch that I printed, and it's okay, nothing wrong with it, and I was perfectly fine with it. But I thought, you know what, I want to resin print it. And right there, I actually got this bad boy resin printed. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting thing, but there's the hatch part. It also comes with this particular file here, which is I'm thinking this is interior. I need to do a message and ask, but parts of me thinks that this actually goes inside like this to make an interior hatch piece. So when the hatch is up, that's what I'm thinking. And that's the way I'm going to approach it, because this piece actually does fit down in. So yeah, that's because it's got like a little handle right here. So that's what I'm thinking. Line this thing up, try to get it where I don't booger nothing up, and we'll get that on there. So that way when the hatch is open, you'll have an effect like this instead of just plain. So I'm going to experiment with the filament one first. Again, no wasted parts. I will glue this thing up and then do a test fit, and that'll give me the the measurements and everything I need to transfer over to the resin printed one. Some of the other pieces that I resin printed, I printed these out again with PLA, and they printed out great. There's nothing wrong with them. But I just felt like that these needed to be resin printed as well. They're a lot smoother, but these are the actual hatches right here that go on here. So I think that'll give it a little bit more of a nice little smoother detail. For the cockpit also, they're actually curing right now. There's some other pieces. This piece here is a resin print. It's a piece that actually goes on the side right here. I cannot remember what this is called. Apologies, I should know that. But yeah, that actually has a little piece right there. I also have some cannons right here that I've printed off that I knew for a fact. I've actually got another set of these printed off because I wanted to. I printed this off in PLA, but I knew the cannons themselves, I needed to do those in resin. But yeah, so voila, we got cannons. We also have the main cannon right here. I went ahead and done that in resin as well, which these pieces here attached to that. I haven't installed that yet. I still need to do some painting on this right here. But yeah, this thing, I'm telling you, I was curious though. Here's the thing I'm trying to wrap my head around is how to get it to, I mean, he can stand up like that, which works, you know? So you could do a neat little pose where, you know, he's got his arm up, he's opening the hatch, you know, to get out. So that's really cool. But yeah, this thing is, oh, I'm so happy with this thing. And I'm definitely going to do another one for sure. I mean, that's like a no-brainer right there. I'm definitely going to have to do another one. I do have some pieces that are basically covers for the legs. I've got screw caps and another couple of pieces. I may go ahead and resin print those as well. I'm not 100% sure yet. This piece here, these two pieces actually go into the cannon, the main cannon. This is the actual ammo box. Nothing wrong with that. I'm resin printing them now, but they actually fit inside like so. So yeah, I just figured why not resin print them, be done with it, and move on. The last two pieces that I forgot to print, so I went ahead and printed them in resin, go on the legs. So on this particular, I don't know what the official name is, but I'm calling them knee pads. That's what they remind me of. But these actually, I think, mount like so on the legs themselves. So that'll give it a nice finished look right there. They screw in. I definitely do not think they go like that. They definitely look better like that right there. But that'll give you a nice little finished look. So I actually resin printed those yesterday. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on this amazing toy. You know, I mean, this thing is, I mean, it's 3D printed, and you know, big shout out to Render Boy 3D. I'll put links and stuff in the video, but man, this is just amazing to me. It is so amazing how we're doing 3D stuff and making these cool things. And I'm not giving shade or anything on Hasbro or anything like that, but you know, when you're talking, this is 6-inch, and you guys have heard me say this forever. We need more vehicles for these figures, and I will buy every single file that comes out from this project from Render Boy 3D. I will support this forever as long as I'm doing 3D printing and collecting toys, because this is amazing work. It is an investment to do it, not monetarily per se. I mean, you do have filament and stuff like that. I don't have the cost estimates or nothing like that, but it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding to see something like this come together, and I am like, I'm just amazed at the quality. I'm amazed at the simplicity. When I bought these files, it came with an Excel spreadsheet. It came with all the parts, the infill, the density, everything. The assembly instructions are amazing. The parts list, everything I needed was in this one document and files. I didn't have to, oh man, what I need to do. No, I followed the directions verbatim. Every single printer setting is what was in the spreadsheet, the infill, everything. And I can honestly say this all printed out great. I had no issues with it. Other than me forgetting things. But yeah, I'll definitely check out the links. I'll put the social media and all that stuff in it. But that's it. I just sort of wanted to give you a breakdown. I'm hoping that within the next week or so that I'll be finished. The hardest part is to come, and that's to attach the cab to the body. And there is an actual piece that I do believe, hang on one second, I've actually put them up, but they're actually, oh, here they are. So this was probably the hardest thing out of everything, was the dust cover. That's what I'm calling it anyway. And this is my first attempt. This is flexible stuff, but as you can see, it just sort of jacked up. I did attempt a resin, which is okay. I'm perfectly fine with this one. But then I discovered this rubber filament. And honestly, other than it being a little shiny, this one actually is pretty good. But I don't know which one of these two I'm going to use. They're not beautiful, but again, it goes like right here, you know. So it's just it's a boot. So this was probably the most difficult piece to do right here out of all of it, because yeah, this rubber filament though, that worked really good. Resin printing, yeah, I've got some bumps I got to sand out, but yeah, this is going to be the fun part when I start putting the upper and lower half together. But I'm going to make sure that everything for the cab is done. I want to get all that painted and everything. And then I'm going to go over everything one more time just to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. So this part I am definitely going to take my time with. And I'm also going to make a PVC or some kind of a stand that I can have right here just as a extra support, just in case for long term. But yeah, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this amazing 3D printed 1/12 scale ATST. I definitely cannot wait to show you guys when it's completely done. I have at least 20 plus clone troopers that I will be unboxing and putting them all around this thing and have some fun with it. I can't wait to get it outside, get some photos of it, and try to figure out where I'm going to display it. And then start building another one, because I can't just have one, right? But you let me know what you think. Also, if this is your first time to my channel, hey, if you enjoy this content, do me a favor, consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do subscribe, make sure and turn notifications on. That way you'll know when I do an update video on this bad boy. Also, click on the more and read the description. That's where you'll find links to all my social media, as well as to where you can learn more about this awesome piece right here. And finally, please always remember, toys and big toys that go with your small toys refreshes your soul. And I'll see you next time.